Good morning. Happy Tuesday. How is everybody doing? My name is Penny. If you're finding me for the first time, please like my page, share this video, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are part of me, meaning you've been with me, thank you so much for your support. You know how we do it. So today we are going to still do our makeup as we talk. This is how we cover up. We pretend that everything is okay. This is human nature. The first thing we're supposed to do is clear our vision. Where is my glass cleaner? I'm supposed to clear my vision so I can see where I'm going. Where is my glass cleaner? Oh my goodness. I thought I had a glass cleaner here. Anyway. You see now, unpreparedness. I thought I had my glass cleaner here. I don't see it. Anyway. I'll use my shirt. I'm sorry. So you have to clear your vision. Sorry for that inconvenience. Okay. So, where is the makeup? Okay. We want to pretend like we don't have any problems. So what do? We put the makeup, right? We get the makeup. We conceal. We make sure everybody believes. Today we are going to do the foundation. My God, I can't find my things. Okay, today we are going to do the foundation, and I have Dior foundation. So we'll do foundation, cream to powder, foundation on foundation. Okay, this one is cream to powder, and this one is powder. My friend Bossy bought me this one. Okay, let's see. So, today we want to talk about blaming everybody else for whatever problems we have but ourselves. So, and we all do this. Most of us are always blaming somebody for whatever problems we have. As an adult, I've been around friends who literally, some of them blamed me for their marriage ending. And I listened in disbelief, thinking, what about me? I was wondering, when they're blaming me for their marriage ending, what about me? Do they ever think about my marriage? And when they blamed me, they were saying that, you should have helped us. How are they blaming me? They are blaming me that while they were going through these problems, I didn't do anything. Can you imagine? Somebody is... A friend of yours is saying you are part of the reason that they divorced. These are two people who live together, and you've tried to talk to these two people. They are not listening. It is your fault that you guys didn't intervene. So some of our friends or people that I know, even my family members, once they go through a divorce, it's not their fault that it was the two of them who could not get along. It is everybody's fault but the two people. Now, let's talk about your children. Those of you who have children. When children grow, okay? Those of you who have adult children, children are fine until they're like 13. After the children turn a certain age, it is your fault that, like for us Kenyan parents, it's your fault that you didn't understand them. So, you can raise them a certain way. Okay? It is suddenly your fault that everything is going wrong. Your children will blame you. This is the day the Lord has made, Kim. To thank you. Yes, yeah. Today is Tuesday. That's what my t-shirt says. So they blame you. And what do I need? I need the earrings. This is how we make the world believe that we are doing fine, and yet we are going through things. So I watched my siblings. I always talk about my siblings who were 21 and 4 wives. I watched my siblings blame my father for some of the problems they had. So I'm number 18. So I could hear them blaming my father. But I used to ask myself, oh, how come they don't want to do anything? I was wondering, how come they don't want to change this narrative? Because Dad was a young man. He married, and he had his wife, and he had his children, and he made his choices however he made his choices, and here you are born. I didn't understand why my siblings did not understand that once they turned 18, it was their responsibility to steer their boat whichever way they wanted it. I can't believe I can't find these things. Jesus is Lord. Do you see this organization? I took these glass cleaners from the house nicely, and now they are nowhere to be found. Is there a thief here in my car? Anyway. So, and that's what I want to talk about today. Let me focus. Anyway, this is ADHD or some kind of disorder in action where you cannot focus because you can't remember where you put the things. I found one. So anyway, and I could be like, you know, at one time you have to really forgive these parents for making those choices, and you have to now start taking responsibility. My first lessons came from my family members, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, you know, our parents, just like us, we made choices and we thought we are going to be better parents. But guess what? Our children are coming up and they're telling us, you know what, Mom, that was not a good choice. You know what, you could have done this. Why? Why do we become that way? It's because we are human. We are not perfect. Even if you've raised your children, they are going to make different choices. So we spend so much time blaming everybody else. It is just happens so natural. The only way you're not going to do it is to create self-awareness. Accept that you have made bad choices. Okay? Accept that pain is part of life. There is nobody who's not going through something. Believe me when I tell you. If I tell you that I'm not going through something, if you think Penny has it together, no. I'm going through something, and the thing is deep. It is how I'm treating the thing that I'm going through. Be that person who takes responsibility first before you blame everybody else. You're always blaming everybody else. Anytime something goes wrong, it's always somebody's fault. Keep an open mind. Ask yourself, what part did I play? When you're doing things, let the good things speak for themselves. Don't just be like, you know, we have this tendency where you're like, I did this, I did this. People will say, Penny helped me with this. People will say, Josephine helped me with this. Avoid being negative about what has happened to you, because you know what? Something is happening to everybody. I have people who blamed their parents for their problems that I know at 50 years old. In the beginning, it was the teachers. In the beginning, it was the parents. Now they have children. The children have children. Now these parents are blaming their children for their problems because their parents are dead. For them, in their mindset, it's a disorder. It is not their fault, but everybody's fault. Get somebody to walk you through your life choices if you really don't know that you made bad choices. And if you're not making bad choices, that means you don't make choices. Everybody who wakes up to make choices makes good and bad choices. I take $2,000, I buy merchandise, I bring it here, I don't sell. I should have bought 1,000. That's a bad choice. I go take my credit card, I swipe and do something, and then after a while I'm like, did I really have to do that? That's a bad choice. Everybody, each one of us can achieve their goals. It always takes you and yourself to talk to yourself and take responsibility for you to be able to succeed. It cannot be everybody's fault but you. How somebody is sitting down to decide that it is so and so who did me this is why I'm where I am. Sit down and look at your life. Look at the choices that you've made. Thank your parents for even bringing you to the world. Some of the parents do not bring these children to the world. They take them out of the world. Some of the parents aborted the children. Some of the parents give the children away for adoption. Doro, good morning. How are you? I just don't understand how. I find it so shocking how it is everybody's fault that you are where you are but yourself. So now, today I just want to briefly remind you that everybody is going through something because they are human. Even in the jungle, the animals are going through something. The animals are struggling. Everybody is going through something. Remember that. So you need to come back to your senses and tell yourself, Penina, I have faith in myself. Speak to yourself. I cannot make decisions for you. Penina, you need to be brave. Penina, trust your judgment. And when you make a bad choice, it is okay. Falling is not the problem. Staying in a fall is a problem. I was telling my daughter, we were in Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, and it was very cold on a Friday. And I told her, can you imagine leaving the car and you fall outside the building? You're running to the building because it's very cold. You've come out of the car. You're moving from point A to go to point B. Then you fall. And you sit there and start saying, oh my God, I've fallen. You'll freeze to death. And I told her the same for the summer. It is 100 degrees outside. And you slip in something and you fall. And you decide that, you know what, since I've fallen, I'm not going to get up. I'm just going to sit here. You'll die of heat stroke. Trust your judgment that you're going to know when you fall, you're supposed to get up. When you made bad choices, yes, you made the bad choices. They are done. Remind yourself that I'm a good person. Remind yourself that you're a loving person. Remind yourself that, you know what, at one time, not all the choices you made were bad choices. Remind yourself that there's a time of your life you made good choices. Remind yourself that you used to be a kind person if now you're mean to yourself and everybody else. Remind yourself. Remind yourself that you can be better than you are. Remind yourself that, you know, you are where you are because of your choices, not anybody's. Remind yourself that you have the ability to make better choices, and you have the ability to get up after a fall, to move to the next step. Remember that, you know what, I have the ability to solve this problem. It cannot be my husband's fault. It cannot be 100% my wife's fault. And that's why when two people divorce, and I know both of you, don't try to come to me for your sides, because I'm married. And I know how marriage is. When I enter that bedroom with my husband, the outsiders have no control. Whatever I do in that bedroom, only my husband knows. Whatever he does in that bedroom, I'm the only one who knows what my husband does. You guys can see the pictures. You guys can see us outside. You guys can talk to us. But you don't know what my husband does in the bedroom. When people are going through a divorce, it is not your responsibility to take a side with somebody. Because, you know, when two people are in the bedroom, you don't know what they're doing. Me, I don't try to take sides because I know how this marriage thing is. Remind yourself that you can solve your problems. Problems are there to be solved. 2 + 2, it has to be 4. You have to get up and solve those problems. Remind yourself that you're unique. I'm Penina, you're Doro, you're Mokaya. Remind yourself that you're unique. The challenges that you're going to face, I'm not going to face them. Remind yourself. Remind yourself that you're energetic and you can actually make decisions. It is you who has the decision, the final decision. Nobody else can make that decision for you. Remind yourself that you can be calm and be where you want to be as a person. Remind yourself that you know what, you have the capabilities, you have the energy. Remind yourself that you have a support system and reach out to your support system. Remind yourself that you need people to help you so you can get to where you're going. Be confident, with or without makeup. God created you natural the way you are. You don't have to put a face for all of us. You don't have to make us believe that everything is good. Be confident. Remind yourself that you are creative. You can find solutions to your problems. If you can't find, call Doro, call Mokaya, call Paris, call Penny. If you're not creative enough to find a solution to your problem, call somebody. Think positive. Always think positive. Look at yourself and tell yourself you're looking great. Be thankful for the people that look for you and talk to you. And finally, I have to talk about this. It's the saddest thing that I've been dealing with in the past month or so. I know so many women that have done the gastric bypass surgery. The women who have decided they have to go either do a tummy tuck, they have to go through, do another one called a 360. My heart and soul and my emotion goes to these women. They want a quick fix. They want to suddenly lose weight. They suddenly want to look sexy. And in the process, they can eat. My dear sisters, go back to where it all began. Find a life coach. Get someone to guide you through a weight loss program. Get someone to guide you back to self-love. The doctors are waiting to take your money. The other doctors are waiting to fix you. The other doctors are waiting to tell you, once we put this sleeve, you have to come every 2 weeks. The other doctors are waiting to tell you, once you do the sleeve, you have to take this medicine. The other doctors are telling you, once you lose weight, we need to remove the meat. The other doctors are going to tell you, for you to get energy, we have this for you. My dear sisters, it is okay. I just did makeup. You saw me in the natural way. There is nothing that you need to do to alter yourself for people to accept you. Find a life coach. Spend $100 a month for somebody to coach you through a healthy living than spending $4,000 in one sitting, and you're not going to live long because now you're thinking that surgery is going to fix your problems real quick. You have to have that self-love. Don't do things so people can love you when you don't love yourself enough. You have to love yourself enough. You're the only one who knows how you love yourself, to give other people a chance to love you. When you love yourself enough, you're lovable. People will just be attracted to you because you know what? You don't have that negative energy. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope I have inspired you. And I hope I've taught you something that is going to give you a little peace in your community and in your personal life. Forgive yourself for making bad choices and take responsibility for your bad choices. We all make bad choices. We don't stay in that fault. God bless you.